Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the mathematics of music. Okay, besides being artistic, music is very mathematical and ordered. Okay, it's very right brain and left brain. Just to review some of the notes we've looked at. The whole note looks like this, gets 4 beats. Half note looks like a whole note except it has a stem. Okay, but the note head is not colored in. Okay, and that's a half note, it gets 2 beats. The quarter note, the note head is colored in and it has a stem, and it gets 1 beat. Okay, so you have 1 beat, 2 beats, and 4 beats. Okay, so now we're going to get into some fun mathematical type of stuff. But before we do, I just want to show you one other note. This note here, it looks like a quarter note except it has a flag on it. Okay, this is called an eighth note. It gets half a beat. Okay, eighth notes can be connected by a beam. In this case, there would be two eighth notes, one here and one here. And they each get half a beat. Combined, they would fill up 1 beat. Okay? At the beginning of a piece of music, you'll see these numbers. They look like a fraction, but there's no fraction line in between them. You know what I mean? But they kind of look like a fraction. These numbers give us information about the piece of music we're going to play. The top number tells us how many beats are going to be in each measure. The bottom number tells us which note gets 1 beat. Okay? So in this case over here, 4/4 time is the most common time signature. In fact, sometimes you'll see a C instead of the 4/4, and that means common time. It means 4/4. Okay? So this tells us there's going to be 4 beats in each measure. Okay? And the quarter note's going to get 1 beat. Well, let's talk about the 4 beats in each measure first, okay? Time signature has nothing to do with the speed or the tempo of the song, okay? You could have 4/4 time at a fast tempo, and the measures would sound like this. They go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or you could have 4/4 time or any time signature at a slow tempo. If it was 4/4 time at a slow tempo, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, but each measure would still get 4 beats. Okay, 3/4 time is a waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, like that. Okay, 2/4 is 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's talk about the bottom number. I said the bottom number tells us which note gets 1 beat. Well, I know you're already gonna. Somebody's probably already gonna say, "Well, Barry, you told us this quarter note here gets 1 beat," and that is correct when there is a 4 in the bottom. The 4 in the bottom tells us that the quarter note gets 1 beat. So just like we discussed, you have a quarter note gets 1 beat, half note gets 2 beats, whole note gets 4 beats. What would happen if we were to switch our time signature to over here? We have 6/8. So there's 6 beats per measure. Now it's telling us that the eighth note gets 1 beat. Well, you're going to say, well, you just told us that the eighth note gets a half a beat. And yes, that is the case when we have 4/4 time and there's a 4 in the bottom. But if we have an 8 in the bottom, now it's telling us that the eighth note gets 1 beat. And in that case, everything would change accordingly. Okay? Because remember when we had a 4 in the bottom, the eighth note got a half a beat and the quarter note got 1 beat. Okay? That meant the quarter note was twice the value of the eighth note, which means that now over here, if the eighth note's getting 1 beat, now the quarter note's going to get 2 beats, and so on and so forth, and it would change, according to mathematics. Okay, don't worry so much about that right now. Right now, most of the stuff we're going to talk about is going to have a 4 in the bottom. Okay, so just for our lesson today, let's just review that we had, the whole note, the half note, the quarter note. Okay, and with the 4 in the bottom, it's telling us that the whole note gets 4 beats, half note gets 2 beats, quarter note gets 1 beat. Okay? When we have a 4 in the bottom, the eighth note gets a half a beat. Okay? But I just wanted to kind of introduce this whole concept. Okay? So some of the takeaways here: time signature has nothing to do with the tempo of the song. Okay? You can have any of these time signatures at any tempo, fast or slow. Top number is telling us how many beats are in each measure. Bottom number is telling us what note gets 1 beat. Okay? And as I said, music is mathematical and things can change when you start switching up that bottom number. Okay, that's the lesson for today. We'll talk about more the next time. Thank you very much.